Hey everybody, it's Brad, and I'm finally back with a brand new Tubi Tuesday. For those of you who don't know what Tubi Tuesday is, this is a video that I put out on the last Tuesday of the month, and I highlight and I lowlight some of the films that I watched on Tubi this past month. I was away for the month of April because I tore my Achilles, so it was difficult for me to get a video done, and that is why I am not in my normal video space as well, which is downstairs. It is very difficult to get there, but bringing you a brand new Tubi Tuesday, and typically it's the top three, bottom three. This month I am going to do the top five and the bottom five, and they're a culmination between April and May, so you get a little bit more Tubi Tuesday this month. And if you want to follow that journey, follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at Tubi Tuesday. And also make sure you follow my friend Drew at Needs to Be Seen. He does the same thing. We post anything that we watch on Tubi. And then into the month, I do these videos. All right, let's dig into it. We're going to start at the bottom. Overall, between April and May, I watched 29 films on Tubi. And so I'm going to give you, these are my bottom five. These are the 5 films that I liked the least that I watched. We're going to start it off with a film from 2020 called Honeydew. And this stars Sawyer Spielberg, who is Steven Spielberg's son. And strange cravings and hallucinations befall a young couple after seeking shelter in the home of an aging farmer and her peculiar son. Now, this film doesn't do anything original or new. It very much hits the typical tropes of what you would see when, someone finds a farmhouse or a small house in the middle of the woods or, the middle of nowhere kind of thing. It was nothing original. Most every time going through the movie, it was like eye rolls and going, oh, okay, yep, I saw that coming. So I cannot recommend Honeydew. It is nothing new and original, and for the most part, it's pretty dull and boring. So the next 2 on my list are going to be what are considered mockbusters, and these are films that are made similarly to big blockbuster films that you see. Typically, it's only in title only that kind of gets people to hook in and be like, ooh, is that kind of like this film that I really liked? So the first one is from 2018, and it's called Nazi Overlord. It has Tom Sizemore. A D-Day rescue mission turns ugly when a band of Allied soldiers battle with horrific experiments created by the Nazis. And yes, this was a takeoff of the big film Overlord, which is obviously much better. But this wasn't good. Obviously it's a smaller budget and it has some effects that aren't the greatest, but I like bad movies, and that usually doesn't faze me. For the most part, this movie was just drug along. It's tough when a movie is only an hour and a half long, but it feels like it's 3 hours, and you're just like, come on. And this is one of those films. To me, it just felt like it kept going, even in its, 90-ish minute runtime. The next mockbuster on my list is from 2017, and it's called The Fast and the Fierce. When terrorists plant a bomb on a commercial flight, the passengers aboard the plane must fight to keep the plane in the air and the passengers alive. The bomb is rigged to blow if the plane dips below 800 feet. So this is kind of a mix of Fast and Furious and Speed, and it's pretty dull. That is usually the problem with a lot of these, is they just kind of drag, and they just kind of slowly go, and you're just like, oh my gosh, how long is this movie? How far in are we? Are things going to get going? And that's the problem with this one too. Like it's just really dull. And when you get to the point, you're just like, okay, cool. Let's keep going. So I cannot recommend The Fast and the Fierce. There is a sequel to this film starring DMX that I kind of want to check out and see how different it is. Maybe next month. We'll see. So next on the list is also from 2017. It's called Beast of the Water. A research group makes a curious discovery that may lead to the Fountain of Youth. Meanwhile, an ancient Native American fable sends an ominous warning that those who disrespect nature will learn to fear the rain. Again, like, that is the problem with these films, is they just drag. They're, 80 to 90 minutes long, but they feel like they're 3 to 4 hours because they just take so long to get going. And then this one, the creature in it isn't that great and not in it that much. They kind of tease you with it, but they don't give you much of a creature at all. And I think I fell asleep once in the film and had to kind of like start back over. So that's usually a bad sign. And this film was just not good. Not good at all. Beast of the Water. So the final film, bottom list, is from 2022, brand new movie, and it is called The Hunting. And this stars NFL running back Peyton Hillis, who you may know. He played for the Browns, the Broncos, the Giants, and now he is starring in his first ever film. When a mysterious animal attack leaves a mutilated body in the forest, a small-town detective must enlist the help of an eager wildlife specialist to uncover the dark and disturbing truth that threatens the town. Again, this is just a dull movie. You get to see a werewolf once in the beginning, once in the end, and it's very, like, almost quick fuzzed out, and almost looks like you can just tell it's just the dude in a suit. Like they went to, the Halloween store and got themselves a werewolf costume. So it wasn't good. All right, let's flip it around. Let's talk about the best that we watched in the past couple months. First on the list is a movie from 2011 called The Legend of the Psychotic Forest Ranger. 4 teenagers get stranded in the woods of Cape Breton Island when their car runs out of gas and a crazed killer begins targeting them. This movie is just a silly throwback to the 80s, and it is completely ridiculous, but super fun. A lot of the kills, my biggest complaint, a lot of the kills happen off screen, but I know that's probably budgetary reasons. Other than that, like, it was just super silly. I found it very funny and very enjoyable. So I would definitely say check out The Legend of the Psychotic Forest Ranger if you are into, like, cheesy 80s schlocky movies. Next on the list is from 2004 called Kung Fu Hustle. And this is starring Stephen Chow. I have seen this movie multiple times, and it is just a super fun movie. In Shanghai, China in the 40s, a wannabe gang aspires to join the notorious Axe Gang, while residents of the housing complex exhibit extraordinary powers in defending their turf. Now, this is just a fun, silly kung fu movie with, like, the over-the-top flying and action and stuff like that. Like, I truly love Kung Fu Hustle. I just think it is a blast to watch. And if you've never seen it, definitely check it out. Also check out Shaolin Soccer, another Stephen Chow movie that's really fun. And yeah, Kung Fu Hustle. So next on the list is a movie from 2016 called The Void. This is directed by Steven Kostanski. And those who know me know that he directed one of my recent favorite films, PG, Psycho Goreman. He also did Leprechaun Returns, which is a fun film. And the first time I saw this movie when it originally came out, I didn't quite like it, but I decided I wanted to give it a rewatch. Shortly after delivering a patient to an understaffed hospital, a police officer experiences strange and violent occurrences seemingly linked to a group of mysterious hooded figures. And this is just a throwback to the 80s, a throwback to just 80s horror. It has the synth score, and it has like a H.P. Lovecraft kind of twist to it. And overall, I really enjoyed it on this rewatch. I guess I just wasn't in the mood the first time I watched it. But this time around, like, I really, really liked it. So these next two are one movie and then the sequel of it. The first one is from 2008, starring Donnie Yen, Ip Man, and the second one from 2010, Ip Man 2. And during the Japanese invasion of China, a wealthy martial artist is forced to leave his home when his city is occupied. So I've always heard of these movies, and I just never watched them. So I decided to watch the first two. I think there are 4, and there are other like throw-offs of it. But the one starring Donnie Yen. And this was just a really, really good movie with some great action in it. The second one kind of felt like a Chinese Rocky, where he goes up against a boxer. So you were thinking like, I almost had a feeling of like Rocky IV kind of thing. And the first one was just a great film of him fighting for his family and fighting for his little town. And if you've never seen any of these Ip Man movies, they're highly, highly recommend it. I've only seen the first 2 so far, and I cannot wait to watch the others because these are so entertaining and just so great action-wise and just fantastic films. So yeah, Ip Man and Ip Man 2. Well, thank you for taking this journey down another Tubi Tuesday. I will be back next month with another list. Like I said, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Tubi Tuesday. And also follow our podcast. Just go to wearethecinemagays.com. It's myself, the Cinemaiden, and Justin. We just enjoy talking movies. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss Tubi Tuesday videos or any of our Cineminutes or anything else that we have over here. Thank you for watching another Tubi Tuesday. We'll see you next month. Just remember, Tuesdays aren't just for tacos.